Hello and welcome. My name is Jody Houchins, and this channel is called She Studies Truth. Today, we're going to dive in and find out what did Jesus really mean when he said, "Be the salt of the earth." So, first off, in Matthew, let's pull out our Bibles. We're going to go to Matthew chapter 5, verse 13. I'm reading out of the ESV today. It says, "You are the salt of the earth, but if salt has lost its taste, how shall its saltiness be restored? It is no longer good for anything except to be thrown out and trampled under people's feet." So, in this study Bible, it then breaks it down a little bit more and it says, what is salt? Let's think about that. Salt seasons the flavor of food. Just as Christians should enhance and flavorfully influence the people and society around us. Salt is a preservative, preserving a godly influence on the culture. Salt has healing properties, and salt creates thirst. Just as Christians, through our good example, should create spiritual thirst or desire in others to know more about God. So, the second part of that says, if salt has lost its taste, how shall its saltiness be restored? So, when we're putting salt on things, we know that it enhances the flavor. It brings out the flavor of the original food that you're putting it on, right? Back in Bible times, salt was actually used as a preservative. They didn't have refrigerators. You couldn't just put something in the fridge or put something in the freezer. They didn't have that. So, salt was used to preserve the food, prevented rot, right? So if we lose our saltiness, that taste, that flavor, it's because we're becoming more like the world. We are not separated. We are no different than the others. So we have to keep that flavor. We have to keep that difference so others can see Jesus through us. So when it says it's no longer good for anything except to be thrown out and trampled under people's feet. It says this quality is when people become spiritually lukewarm. Trampled under people's feet means they will end up giving in to the ways and values of an ungodly society. So if we think about that, we start our Christian walk, we may become on fire. We may just want more and more and more, and we're craving more because we have that hunger, we have that thirst. But then a few years go by, maybe a few weeks, a few months, and we kind of lose that saltiness and we just kind of blend in. It doesn't really matter anymore. We don't want that. We want to keep our flavor. We want to be salty. So the next point I wanted to bring up is in Luke chapter 14, verse 34. It says, "Salt is good, but if salt has lost its taste, how shall its saltiness be restored?" Okay. So if we lose our distinctiveness, we are just like the world. And we don't want that because the world has enough of the world. We're to be separated. We are to be separate. We are to be a role model. People are going to want to thirst after our lives. Like what we have, they don't have, right? So we need to make that separation. So back in Bible times, I just want to clarify that salt meant purity. It meant a covenant. It meant preserving the truth. And these are all things that we want to have in our lives so that we can create that thirst for others. Have you ever noticed when you're talking to someone or you really like someone, there's something about them that you just gravitate for, that you want to maybe not necessarily be them, but maybe live like them or have what they have, meaning that happiness or that joy or that satisfaction. We want others to be attracted to that. So stay salty, keep your fire and your flavor for God, and you will make changes in other people's lives. So look at your life. Are you living salty? Are you separating yourself from what the world is doing? If not, it's never too late. Every day is a new day. Pull out your Bible, get into the Word, and get your flavor back. So, if has encouraged you, I would love for you to share this video with someone who needs this message.